quick. To me, this is an easy answer. I thought yes. I thought James Harden was robbed. I thought that was one of the best regular season performances I've seen. The dude had 32 straight 30-point games. I think they were, 21-11 in those games, I want to say. And he had Kenneth Faried and Austin Rivers and PJ Tucker and those guys. That was his starting lineup for a lot of those games. Eric Gordon was out. Chris Paul was out. So, yeah, absolutely, I thought he was the MVP. They were the 4th seed in the West with half their team injured for half the year. And dude was averaging 36.
Yeah, I agree. I think this was one of the bigger robberies of recent times. Some would say 2017, although I think that was not as, I think 2017 could have been argued either way. I think 2019, it was definitively Harden. He had a stretch of 3 months where he was averaging 40 points.
Yeah.
This year, people were, the craze was Steph averaging, I want to say 37 it was either 37 or 40. I think it was
it was 37 in the month of February. And he was
37
insane.
for 1 month it was better efficiency than what Harden had. But Harden was averaging 40 for 3 months. But that wasn't
Harden
good enough.
My bad.
Yeah, that wasn't good enough. And they were like a 4 seed. I think you were going to point
Yeah. And Harden was his team's primary ball distributor too. Steph Curry wasn't averaging 9 assists a game like James Harden was. Not to mention, the other thing I think that's important is Steph was going on an insane streak this year. I think he got to, 13 or 14? I think he got to 14 or 15 30-point games in a row. He was insane, which all the more reason the fact that this man got to 32. He got to 32 because what Steph did this year was special. But then you realize, holy cow, James Harden did not only what Steph did, but did it 15 more times, 17 more times. That is insane.
Yeah, and Giannis had a great season. I think it was more of
new guy.
That was Giannis's first season of really erupting, and I think he had the media narrative more so than Harden did because Harden had been good for a sustained amount of time, and I think it's the same reason LeBron hasn't won MVPs since
2013.
Yeah,
13.
I think he's been regarded as the best player in the league for the whole 2010s, but he didn't win a single MVP, and that's partly voter fatigue and then other guys, having a one-off season where they were just that good, a la Russell Wilson. Or not Russell
Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, but to me the Westbrook one in 17, like you mentioned, was a little more fair. The guys, in a spacing league, a league that's built on shooting, the best shooter on that team was Alex Abrinas. They started a starting lineup, and this is criminal. They started a starting lineup. Their 82 games starting lineup was Russell Westbrook, who's not the best shooter, as we know, though that was his best shooting season of his career. Andre Roberson, who has I've quoted this many times. Yeah. Stephen A. Smith calls his offense offensive. What's his name? Victor Oladipo, who before that season, I know everybody, even though Victor Oladipo credits Russ for helping him erupt in Indiana, everybody says, wow, Russ held down Victor Oladipo. But Victor Oladipo on the Thunder was pretty close to what Victor Oladipo was on the Magic. Just saying. Domantas Sabonis is a rookie who was, I think he was the 13th overall pick. So what expectation do you have from a 13th overall pick as a rookie? And Taj Gibson started actually 8-10 games for them. And then Steven Adams, who can't shoot. So that was their starting lineup. And Russell Westbrook, I think, won 48 games and was the 6th seed in the West. To me, that was MVP level. Now, he gave up his career because I think that he sacrificed his entire body for that season, the effort he put in. But I thought that was an MVP season.
Definitely. Yeah, and just to kind of hone it in, it's not that Giannis wasn't good. He was really, really good.
Historic.
Yeah, it's just I thought what Harden did was more impressive. Now, that's not to say Giannis didn't even deserve it one bit because there's definitely an argument to be made for Giannis winning it. I thought it should have been Harden, but Giannis came away with it, and the rest is history. But I think the bottom line is Harden should have how many does he have? One MVP, I want to say.
Yeah, he has one, but I think he should,
More.
to me, he should have 2015. I understand Steph was special. They won 60 plus games, but the players voted James Harden that year, and that 2015 Rockets team, in my opinion, was vastly overrated to be the number 2 seed in the West. He should have that. He should definitely have 2019, in my opinion, for sure. I think he should have at least 3. 2019 James Harden in the regular season was unbelievable. For them to be the 4th seed, it's like, to me, like in terms of offensive scoring, Kobe 2006 when he averaged 35 is the only season that compares. Like that was, and Kobe took a very, very less than team to the playoffs that year with, Smush Parker, Kwame Brown. I think that team had Lamar Odom. It was not a very good basketball team, and Kobe Bryant got them to the playoffs and all that. I think that's the only season that maybe compares. But yeah, James Harden for sure, I believe, should have been the MVP that season.
Definitely, but yeah, that's one of the most interesting Harden years. I'd say 2018 in the playoffs against like literally one of the greatest teams assembled, and they were up 3-2, and if potentially not for injuries or 0 of 27 in a row, they could have went to the finals. And let's be honest, the Western Conference Finals was who was going to be the champion. That
Right.
had Kyle Korver on the face of the promo. Kyle Korver, like at 30-something, was on the promo against Kevin Durant. It was Kevin Durant, and next to him was Kyle Korver. That just shows you what would have happened if the Rockets were there. It wouldn't have been much different.
So I